friends, welcome back to the Renewed Homestead. Ben and Denise here, and Loki's joining us today.
And our cow friends behind us.
Cow friends are behind, helping in other ways, which you'll see in just a moment. We are over on Larry's property, and guess what? We're doing more Hurricane Helene cleanup. You can see the stuff laying down behind us, and up there. It's all over the place. Well, there's a lot of green back up in there for the cows to eat. Loki, you can't whine during this. That doesn't help. Thank you. So we are going to do some tree cutting and see if we can't, and probably have to roll some rocks too, but we're going to try to get the four-wheeler right up here behind Denise and back across that way to lure those cows in there to all that nice green.
Yeah, well, we'll see you. They've been a little nervous about going back there, and since the hurricane, we're trying to figure out how to redo these paddocks so that we can move them. But the terrain is so messed up now that right now they're going to have free access to this area as soon as we can clear it. But there was so much water that came through. There's now a canyon, which we're going to show here in just a little bit, that the cows have been a little bit afraid to go back there. So we're trying to get this all cleared up so they can easily walk through it. We can get the quad through to bring them the hay to get it laid out on the ground to help repair all of that. But also to help them get over any fear that might be since the storm, because they don't really want to go back here anymore.
And we're not trying to get them into the canyon. That's just kind of...
That's off to the side. It was just so much water was going through here that they've been a little nervous, understandably so. Yeah. I hope that all made sense, right?
I wasn't paying attention, I don't know. But the hurricane put a kink in our rotational plan with rotational grazing.
On this side it did.
On this side, yeah. So anyway, we'll get this cleaned up and see what that leaves us, and if we can run some. We're not going to run lines today. Too much going on. We're a couple weeks to Christmas and lots going on, and it's chilly, so
we're just trying to clear this so we can get through with the hay and the cows can get through.
That's it. So let's get cutting. Hon.
No, it's going to help if they're lightweight.
I don't want you to hurt your back.
I know, I'm saying lightweight.
Why, God, why?
What a mess. I mean, what a mess. Between the mud and the rocks and everything we had to move. But we got the road open, so we can get the cows through. Well, more importantly, we can get the four-wheeler through. Sorry, quad. Why did I say four-wheeler?
I don't
Takes
know.
more time to say four-wheeler than it does quad. Anyway, get the quad through with the
You're
cart.
getting used to Appalachian.
Right. Anyway, so we can get through there. And we thought, well, we're here. Let's bring you up and show you this canyon that got carved out with the storm. So, just a little spout of water coming out, all consolidated. You're gonna hurt your brother doing that. Stay, Loki, stay. Miss Hurricane Helene.
I mean, this was Helene.
Helene.
That was probably 5 feet.
Yeah, it's a little more than that, because if you go back to the video when we were putting the fencing up, because I had to climb down right here next to the old cabin. I had to climb down a little ways, but
Wasn't bad.
Maybe 10, 15 feet at best, and it's
It's
probably
now about 50 feet now.
I'd say a good 40 feet anyway, but yeah, it's hard to show you on camera how deep that thing is. I walked along some of it with the camera. Denise shot from above. We're trying to give you the best perspective we can. It's unbelievable.
It's a
what
canyon
happened.
now where it used to be a creek bed.
Yeah, and from way down the road, you can see up the mountain, and you can see where there was a landslide.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we should definitely show the barn and
Maybe show a
put a picture of what it was.
Yeah, before the storm. Good idea. Oh man, this is rotting away. Oh boy.
I didn't realize that landslide was on the way to the bottom, basically, of that road.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, this is terribly sad.
Yeah, it is. It is. And this isn't even where the barn is.
No?
This is what blew down. The barn's still up another 100 yards.
Is it really?
Yep. Keep going. Good Lord.
Holy smokes.
Maybe that was where the barn was. Yeah, it must have been because the road's here. The road turned right into it. Yeah, I think that's the one that we can see. That's the one we see from the road. That's that pasture up there.
Yeah.
That's that whole one that we saw from the road coming down. There's that boulder that Shane was talking about. They got unearthed and moved. So I think this is the old apple tree that was there.
Aww.
After all those years.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, this is where the barn was. The mud covered it. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. That mud from all the way up there washed down. See the trees down?
Yeah.
The mud washed all the way down, wiped out the barn, pushed this old apple tree right here, right up out of the ground, and down with the barn.
And that boulder wasn't there. And that boulder is massive.
I am sure that boulder got pushed down, although where those trees are behind it, I think it just got uncovered. I think it's just been buried for centuries.
Little view of the landslide there.
And we can see it up there.
Well, and a good portion of the mountain's left off.
Yeah.
As well.
Well, it's left off. It pulled up an old apple tree right behind the old barn. Denise is going to put a picture of that barn we've showed you before. The whole thing is just...
It's gone.
It's rubble.
The mudslide just came and...
Nothing left of it, but thank you, Lord, it was on this side of the holler. Because I have a feeling if it were on our side, because we did just log, so the big trees were gone, a lot of this could have just swept on down, and if it got the momentum that I see stopped up against these old trees up here, our house would probably be gone, Larry's would probably be gone, and there's a good chance, well, I'm sure the church below Larry would be gone, and Aaron and Cynthia's might even be wiped out, because this could have been really, really bad. But these old trees held up, stopped this in a couple different spots.
It's really sobering when you see the damage that was done back here, and this is just across the road from us.
Yeah.
And when you see the damage that was done here, and there are no homes here that could be affected. This is all woods and pasture land here. And on our side, just across the road, that's where the homes are. And it's humbling to see what happened here. And if it had gotten more momentum on our side, what it could have meant for a lot of different families. Yeah. And so it's really, I mean, by the grace of God, somehow that side of the mountain was saved, that side of the holler was saved, and this...
And we've got people saying, oh, well, we know you guys are resourceful, and, you know, if your house started to flood, you would have just gone up the mountain. Well, if our house was here and we had just gone up the mountain, we wouldn't be talking to you.
And a lot of people did that, and the mountainside gave way, and they died in the mudslide. So you never know. No. You never know. I mean, it's by the grace of God, but there were a lot of people that were not as fortunate, and a lot of those people have largely been forgotten. So please just remember those families this Christmas, because there's a lot of loved ones now that are celebrating holidays without someone.
Without answers either.
Yeah.
They can only assume that their loved ones are dead.
Well, by now, yeah.
They don't have answers.
By now, yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't tell you, I was talking to Alec last night, and he didn't realize we still have people here living in tents with no electricity. Yeah.
And FEMA won't deliver trailers to them because even though they're not technically in a flood zone, it's now classified as a flood zone because of this 1,000-year flood. So they're not bringing trailers in now. Thankfully, there's a lot of good civilians out there that are bringing it in. And I believe Ted Budd and Senator Tillis and I believe Chuck Edwards are working right now to get an additional bill through to try to release the regulation and the red tape so that we can get these people shelters at least through winter. I do not know what's going on with that. I know J.D. Vance was just in Flat Rock looking at some of the situation, but the new administration won't take place until January 20th. So even if there's plans to get those FEMA trailers in January, that's still a long time. That's over a month that these people are still without homes. Yep. So we'll try to keep you updated. I haven't heard what's going on with that. I know they were trying to raise more money and they were trying to get that red tape lifted. As of now, I haven't heard that it's been lifted, but maybe. And we did hear of some people that have been helped by FEMA. My girlfriend Charlotte, that y'all met, I think a year and a half ago or so. We went to her place. I know that she was helped. She had a culvert and some stuff wash out, so FEMA did help her. So it's glad to see that. Unfortunately, we're hearing from a lot of people that they haven't been helping, but I wanted to let you know that there were some that have been helped. So
we're 3 months into this and still people without homes. So please
or
continue to pray for them.
shelters, period.
Yeah, they're still looking for small heaters and things like that. So
Yeah, there was a grandma. Now she did get a trailer to stay in for the winter, but she was in a tent with her granddaughter, and she was fighting off bears because they had food in their tent. So black bears, normally are more scared of you than you are of them. But as it starts getting cold, they're looking. I mean, most of them are probably hibernating now, but
should be, but their homes might have been wiped out too.
exactly.
So they're crawling around.
So you got a grandma out there trying to chase off a black bear.
Yeah.
So thankfully she did get some shelter, but there's still a lot of people hurting here.
Yeah.
Still a lot of damage, still a lot. It's going to take years. It's going to take years.
Oh yeah.
But very fortunate, very grateful. All right, so we're going to go, for some reason, the front part of the electric fence is working, which is keeping Anya in, thank God. This part is not working, so we're going to go figure out. There are a lot of hunters coming in and out right now, so we're thinking somebody probably just disconnected the fence and didn't put it back.
Let's hope that's all it is.
Yeah, so we're going to go troubleshoot this.
Sick of working on fencing.
Oh, man. That video is coming soon. We did figure out our fencing issue. So, but we appreciate y'all. We wanted to kind of bring you up here, show you what we're doing, and then show you some of the other damage that was up here.
Yep. And Larry's old family home is still standing. What's left of it?
The barn's not, unfortunately, but the house is.
Barn's gone. There's a barn way up there that's half of it's gone now. It's a crazy mess. It is. We've got stuff we got to take care of too. So.
What's interesting, real quick. So the old barns in these old houses, they have old tin roofs. So apparently years ago, they had come through and the insurance companies told them they had to change it to shingles, or else they weren't going to cover their homes. The old tin roofs are still standing, the shingles aren't. So,
yeah. Well, that's, you may or may not know my love of insurance companies, but the whole 1,000-year floodplain, this just gives them more an excuse to not pay out. You pay us, we'll cancel you if you're a day late. But when it comes to paying out, whoa.
Well, a lot of people had flood insurance, but they didn't have mudslide insurance.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of insurance companies that are not covering because it wasn't a flood, it was a mudslide.
Yeah. Even good friends of ours who were told that they would get it taken care of were suddenly told, well, no, we don't see evidence of storm damage. What? Yeah. Anyway.
Whole nother rant.
That's a whole different rant, yes. But anyway, well, thanks for coming along. I hope this didn't go too long, but we wanted to show you, still cleaning up after the hurricane, making the roads so we can run the animals through, and just some of the storm damage that's still here. And this will be here forever.
Yeah.
The trees will rot away, the old barn logs will rot away, the leaves will fall and cover up, and it'll become part of the earth again. But
but that'll be here long. That'll be here long after we're gone, I'm sure.
It will.
Yeah.
It will. It comes and goes. But we do appreciate your prayers, and keep everybody in this area. Keep them in your prayers. They need it. And yeah, it's overwhelming sometimes. So we do appreciate it. And there is still a little bit of time to get those hori knives for Christmas. Deliveries are getting into next week, which means we're almost a week away from Christmas. So get those hori knives ordered, and your comfrey salve. There's still a little bit left of that.
Comfrey
right?
plantain salve. Yep.
There you go. Great Christmas gifts.
We still have to get our tree decorated.
The tree is up.
Tree's
and
up.
yes, we live in all this beauty, and we have a fake tree, but we don't have to mess with the little lights. And ours rotates so you can see all the ornaments going around.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Take care. God bless. We're praying for you. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Make it so.